But
What's the intro?
Yeah, in the intro, because you have your channel, I have my channel.
So, welcome to Cat Till, and then welcome to Top Shot. I don't know. We're rolling though.
Yeah.
That's the intro.
All right, guys, today we have something really cool, and it is the brand new YHM Victra 12 Shotgun Suppressor. Now, right here we have Cat Till, and this will be on his channel as well.
Yep.
Because we've been filming with each other for like 30 years now.
Yep.
Flashback.
But usually one of us behind the camera, but today we're covering the same thing, and it is this brand new shotgun, so just to cut our time in half, here we are.
But we're also going to have a little bit of twist because we're not just going to cut one video and then put it on one channel. You got to come to my channel to see my edit and my little bit of different take because it's going to be a little bit different B-roll, a little bit different coverage, and a different sponsor. So you got to go follow the sponsor rule, right? Because how do we pay the bills otherwise? You got to show a little bit.
My shotgun we're using as host today is this old police trade-in Remington 870, but it had a really cool facelift by this WOOX Gladiatore stock. This WOOX stock is American walnut, and WOOX is really cool about making furniture for your rifle that is functional, but also really awesome looking, and that kind of makes it an instant heirloom. Because, for instance, we have M-lock panels here, we have QD studs, and then a really nice cheek weld that makes it comfortable to shoot, and it kind of just seems like a lower recoil and everything. They have their Hunter's package being offered right now that has their Super Luxara stock that is a nice lightweight stock that comes with their Terra axe and then their bad boy Hunter knife. So go check out what WOOX can do for you. Use promo code TOPSHOT10 for 10% off at WOOXstore.com. We were excited about this because we saw it at SHOT Show. We actually had a heads up beforehand and we're like, oh, that sounds cool. I've run the silencer called Salvo 12 for years and it's been around for years, but it's kind of been the only real shotgun suppressor on the market, except we do have the JK Armament. What is this one called? It showed up today. It has the tags on it. The 195 SGX suppressor, so we can compare there. But the Victra 12 is really the star of the show.
Yeah, but something that's good and bad about the JK, right? So JK Armament's a company that I'm quite familiar with because they were really big in the Form 1 company days. And you see everything is stacked together, screws together, and we can just break it apart as we want to, and now we've got a very modular system, and we can go whatever depth.
Yeah,
now, cool. Of course, as we go down, it's going to go louder. It's an inverse relationship there. But with these guys, I mean, we can break them down somewhat, but it just requires more steps.
Right.
And it's not going to be something you're going to do in the field because obviously with the YHM, we've got multiple screws, we've got separate rods, and what is it with the Salvo to be able to change it?
A lot of different rods on the inside. So you have 2 long screws, but all these different rods that you'll also have to buy as well. I never even messed with it. They're usually out of stock. I think the Salvos are usually out of stock. They seem to be low production.
And that's kind of something, there's always the feedback from the community about why aren't people suppressing shotguns? Well, a big feedback was we can't get them. Following the cesspool of the internet Reddit, you'll see that the shotgun suppressors everybody wants are never in stock. And when they get posted on Gun Deals or one of the other subgroups, they sell out really quick because that's their chance to get in. But the one thing people don't consider is mounts.
From a distance, the mounts look the same. But the thing is, on the Salvo, okay, you're going to have a different choke, a different mount for every shotgun.
Yep.
And that mount is also your choke. So I've only had an IM mount for this on my Benelli for a while, and now I have the IC for the Remington 870, but it took a while just to be able to get that so I could put it on the 870.
Exactly.
And you're talking probably $120 per mount. The neat thing about the Victra is the mount is only the mount and not your choke built in.
Yep, and that's what's kind of cool and unique, but also there's one thing I don't like about it. So we do have the choke that's kind of sitting here at the end.
You're getting there already.
I am, because it's just, we have to talk about it. It's going to be the elephant in the room. It's not field serviceable. So it's actually got kind of a block that's going to keep you from being able to pull it out this way. It has to be screwed in from the back going out.
It shoulders from the inside. So when you look at it, it looks just like a shotgun choke. When we're at SHOT Show, awesome, we can take that choke out and put it in. You're shooting sporting clays and you're like, I need to change from my skeet to my full. We thought you could do it that way. But you're going to have to bring, I don't even have the wrench, a 5/32 wrench. You have to remove the end cap, which then your screws are all loose, so all your baffles are now loose and you're fumbling them around. You're going to have a tabletop, at least a minute or so, and some practice, because it actually goes inside. Unscrew it to the right enough, it'll actually, there, and now it's loose inside. We could have a catastrophic failure if we weren't paying attention. It's rattling now.
So YHM, we know this is like one of one production model right now that's out there. So what happens if we fire this with the choke loose?
Let's do that at the end of the video.
Stay tuned to the end of the video to see what happens with the RMA process. But the modularity on the YHM, rods are expensive. And you do get the full set, but what's the cost on these?
$124.
$124.
But not just for those two. They sent these 6-inch ones, but you'll get the 6, the 8-inch, and 10-inch, and it comes as a 12-inch. But just for 6 screws, $124 is a lot.
You're paying roughly
$10 a screw.
$10 a screw.
It probably is close to the Salvo with all the rods.
Exactly.
But so it's probably cheaper in the long run to get all the configurations, because I have never reconfigured this because I didn't want to spend the money for all the rods.
I mean, we're buying suppressors for max suppressor quality.
Well,
and if we want max suppression, then we want to keep it.
Sometimes you want the quiet, but sometimes you want the short and cool. And on Instagram, a 4-inch suppressor looks great, and we don't have to shoot it. But in addition to size, we have a weight difference.
We do. So the Salvo comes out 36% heavier than the YHM.
It's a solid 2 pounds.
It's solid 2 pounds, where the YHM is 26 ounces.
Sounds right.
Yeah, sounds right. We'll look it up. We'll put
Text
it on
on
the screen.
screen.
Exactly. So the YHM comes out at a significant savings, and why that matters is, well, shotguns are long, and anything you're adding to the end of your gun is going to have an impact. One, on are you strong enough to manhandle that thing all day for a hunting trip? And how much is it going to affect your ability to track in the sky without feeling like your gun's constantly drooping?
Because here's the thing, it's just physics. 2 pounds doesn't weigh much right here, but when you hold it out here, 2 pounds gets a little heavier.
Exactly.
And then when you put it on the end of a 24-inch barrel, it's even worse.
So this is why we're going to talk about the next topic, hunting with a short-barreled shotgun. No, not really. How do you feel it handled when we were actually shooting clays?
I'm used to shooting my Benelli M2 with my Salvo.
So you're already used to the droop.
It's kind of like if you run with ankle weights on and then you take them off, you
just
feel like you can fly. And see, I was doing a sporting clay shoot. I was with Kyle Rittenhouse and stuff. Well, I'm not a shotgun guy, so I just wanted to look cool. And so I brought the Salvo.
That's half the part.
It is. And everybody wanted to shoot it, and everybody enjoyed it. So that cool dude factor was definitely there.
Right.
And I just got used to it. But yeah, you take it off, you're like, oh, these shotguns move so easy.
Wait. What is your first exposure to shotgun suppressors?
Well, y'all know, old country for old men.
Exactly. It's not Hollywood quiet. This isn't 300 Blackout. This isn't an 80 Raptor.
Right.
It is just it is a can that is performing well. We shot a lot already. My ears never rang, except for when I was in front of it. Then it kind of rang quite a bit.
We didn't do that.
So the front of the gun, stay away from, but the sides and all the people around you, they're going to have a good time, especially if you're out doing a clay shoot or if you're just going on a hunt with friends and family.
The Victra 12, it does make your ears ring a little on the very, very first round.
So you only ring a little bit, just first shot. And then you go deaf, and then you don't ring anymore. That's how
There
it
is an
works.
obvious difference between your first and second shot with that thing. The Salvo never had that.
Nope.
Everybody's wanting to hear him shoot, so I think we should shut up and shoot. We've got them on the same barrel length 870s. And go with it. All right, so we have some subsonic loads in these 12 gauges. We're gonna, I say, start with the YHM because that maybe do
First
YHM
round pop.
twice. Do
Yeah,
both,
twice.
and then we'll do Salvo twice, and then we'll be back and forth till we run out.
So we are actually using professional equipment. We've got an XLR input. We're using high quality shotgun mics. And the preface of the idea of what we're trying to do is we went ahead and we did unsuppressed fire, which you're going to see in here. And we capped our gain at what the loudest possible threshold that's going to produce is. So now when there's no auto gaining, no cutting, no compression at all, we're going to see what that suppression actually sounds like so that you, the viewer, can say that still sounds loud or it sounds pretty good compared to unsuppressed. So what we plan to do is we're going to be shooting this way with the mic to our backs. That's going to be the observer. So how it sounds to the observer. Then we're going to go ahead and flip around and we're going to be shooting this way at the cameraman.
That's the attacker.
That's the attacker. So now how's it going to sound to the bad guy breaking in your house? We don't really care. He's not going to be hearing for long, but how does it sound just before? He might go laying on the ground, bleeding out, and like, that was pretty loud. I mean, I really don't
Unbiased
know.
review. It was loud. My ear hurts over here.
To me, it was quiet. As a shooter, it was fine. Even the first round.
The first one was bad.
All right, here we go. See, yours that first round pop.
It did. When you're paying attention to it, now I hear it.
All right, so now let's go one and then one.
Okay.
Here we go. You know,
Mine sounds quieter to me.
it
Salvo.
It
Salvo
sounds quieter to me as well.
Okay.
Just not by a discernible difference. I can tell. I'm paying really close attention, and I can tell it's a little bit quieter. This seems to be louder when you're offset. The Salvo is probably just quieter to the person next to you, and I think that's one of the key differences. But I think from the shooter's perspective, there's not really a big impact.
We trade shotguns when we shoot at the camera.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. You go first.
Yep. But it's not so bad here.
But
you're ringing, aren't you?
It's so much louder.
You're right. It's not bad here.
Okay, that was fine. Still quiet. Guess I had one more than you. So,
as a shooter, it's not bad.
In fact, I couldn't tell a difference between when I was shooting that versus shooting this. At the shooter's ear, everything was comfortable. Honestly, at a huge weight savings, cost savings, we haven't even talked about cost.
No.
So where's the Salvo coming at these days?
I haven't looked right now, but I mean, it was right around $1,000 was what I remember.
I think the last time I saw it pop up and go out of sale real quick was around $1,150, $1,200.
Okay.
And the YHM, I believe, is coming in MSO under 1,000. It's like $950, $980, somewhere really close to that. So we've got cost savings.
Right.
We have weight savings.
Yeah.
And we don't really have a compromise when it comes to audio, except for the next to you.
Okay, when you're showing it off to your buddies, they need to stand behind you.
No,
if they're
you
right
let
here,
them shoot it.
Oh yeah.
You
Let them shoot it. That's right.
Yeah, the Salvo, apparently, Salvo does sound better from the person standing next to you. And I think the mic's going to pick it up much better when we're shooting towards it.
Right.
Because YHM was really loud when you're in front of it, like really loud. But I don't know if we hadn't tried the Salvo.
That's true. We weren't doing the same thing.
But what about the JK armament? I've heard that's pretty loud.
Grab that thing. So we have the JK 195 SGX full configuration, and what did we put? Probably 5 rounds to it earlier with the Vaseline in.
Yeah.
It still has residual in there. We can take it apart and see easily. And so what we put is a few squirts of ceramic shield silencer solution into this YHM because we can,
and because it'll probably make the first round pop be more negligible. And it's a fair comparison since this guy's been stuffed with petroleum jelly. This guy needs a little bit of help as well.
That's right. So you want to go ahead and start with your 2?
Okay. Let's lock and load. All right.
Ouch.
First round was still there.
Yeah, it was. Oh. It's okay here.
That was so loud. All right.
I have smoke.
I have ringing ears. Better when I look away. Synchronous shooting.
I mean, it was okay, but I do worry about once it dries up. We will have a full review on this JK suppressor later. We just got it today, so it would be unfair to just dive right in, but you know, we want more details on the YHM.
Now, I will say, shooter's ear, I had to turn my head. Turning my head, it was okay. But
this one quiets down.
It does.
Where this one wasn't quiet down, even wet.
Yeah.
And I can't see my sights, and I've got rifle sights on it. It's right there. It's right there. I can,
so close.
Yeah, but that's why we have this eccentric design between this Victra 12 and the Salvo. You can see your sights just fine and use it. I want to see what the Victra 12 sounds like with some subsonic buckshot and slugs.
One of the things that YHM has claimed is that the 6-inch configuration is the same decibel reading as the JK armament in its full stack. Now, I personally don't want to blow my hearing just in case this isn't hearing safe, and we're going to head and change it up, and we're going to do some buckshot subsonic and just see how we can do on peppering some targets. And
you go first, and we'll just one-on-one.
Okay. The recoil was more.
Well, we're shooting buckshot.
That's
true.
I
felt it too. This is from Detroit Ammo.
I said it.
It's like it's subsonic, but I bet they beef up the grainage because we're shooting 12 pellets a double-aught buck. It's usually 9, isn't it? We have some slugs from Detroit Ammo now too. We gotta try.
So one of the things we haven't actually covered on this YHM Victra 12 is that it's rated for quite a lot of different rounds, and it's rated for some different actual cartridge lengths. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah, 3.5 inch.
You could do 2 3/4. You could do 3. You could do 3.5.
These are 1 3/8 ounce.
Oof. The recoil is going to be a little bit more, but I think
how about
okay.
the 50-yard tree?
All right, 50-yard little gong dude on the tree.
Yeah, with the blue stripe.
I'll let you go first, and then I'll go from there.
No ears. Let's see. Oh, I hit below it. It sounded cool. Yay!
It's not that bad on my
It's
side.
bad right here.
That's what I told you.
Okay, I'm gonna. I just love how these sound. I'm gonna try for the buffalo, just because I love the sound of these things. Oh, red dot! Forgot those flashes were up.
All right, I'm gonna go for 100.
All right, if I plug my left ear, I'm okay.
Exactly. It's all about positioning.
We're gonna check out what our choke spread looks like. We're at about 16 yards here. We got some cardboard, and of course this has the IC choke in the front, and then Cody's there has you put your IC choke in as well.
Yep.
So we should be looking about 20-inch spread.
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna go count it and look at it. Count it. I'm not counting the pellet.
Spread.
That IC choke on the Browning, we've got a 30-inch spread. A little wider than I anticipated. If it was just a cylinder or something, that would make sense. And then we have an exact 20-inch spread, like was the graph had told us, of chokes for the YHM. This may just be a sight issue. We need to bump that sight on that tactical shotgun a little left, because we're about right here was the center of the pattern. But this is much more dense, and that is much more spread out. So I'm kind of impressed that it held together that well. So we're going to shoot buckshot on the dude on the left and a group on the black target on the right. We're not using the red dot, so I don't think we are. Yeah, it hit to the right. This thing needs to be zeroed better, but we're going to see what those slugs do. Anyway, I'm going to hold left edge of the black. Sweet. Tight little group, and you need to adjust this ghost string. Oh, you can tell! It's like a 1/4 inch off to the right. Before now, I think we've all shot just subsonic rounds, and so we're gonna do and see if we can see a difference between subsonic and super in the ear. Honestly, when I've done shotgun before, it doesn't matter that much. But we have the Caldwell Claycopter, and it shoots these cool little orange discs. They're biodegradable, and they fly pretty crazy. We've been using it at a marksman camp and letting the kids shoot with 22 single shots. We'll line them up here and send a clay out, and 2 of them hit it last time, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, and you have adjustable speeds, so you can go real slow or real fast. But so the first shot will be subsonic, second will be super. We'll see if we can hear a difference. I shot so close together, it didn't give a good. But they disappeared. That was cool. Right. But it's not like it was a resounding, oh, that second one was super. Go for it. Okay. Oh, I could tell a little difference. Split. Oh, yeah. I got them both. Wing that first one, though.
This is a wing.
All right, you want to play? All right, we got to
change it up.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Nice. That was great.
Bonus patterning going on there as well.
That's cool.
That was cool. You just completely obliterated it. You know, I really enjoy shooting when I don't have to wear ears. And shotguns, I mean, shotguns was always something that go to the skeet club, go to the sporting clays, and I have my big muffs, or you can wear your squishies. The squishies fall out, then your ears still ring, and it's just annoying. So
I tell you, when we started suppressing at marksman camp, it went from like everybody always yelling over ear pro to the atmosphere was everybody whispering like it was a golf match. It was kind of cool.
everything does that. Suppress everything is the moral of the story. But let's go ahead and give it some closing thoughts.
Oh! God. That hurts a little more than I expected it to.
So we had some fun today with this Victra 12. And I gotta say, it sounded really good as the shooter, and just recapping that. But when you're beside it, sometimes you're like, oh, it's a little toasty. It was easy to put in that 6-inch configuration. And I know we bashed the chokes at first, but the choke patterned great. And here is an advantage. While you can't take it out, just out on the field like a regular shotgun, say on the Salvo 12, the choke is part of the mount. So if I had 2 different shotguns and I wanted 4 different chokes, I would have to buy 8 different mounts systems for the entire thing. Well, if we want to put this on a Benelli, as soon as we buy that mount, the same chokes that we already bought still fit the suppressor. So that is pretty cool. So if you want to make your shotgun quieter, guys, just go check it out. They are supposed to be shipping within the next month. And so you can check that out at YHM. Thanks for watching today. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.